Good morning, YouTube. Matt Emroy here again. Today, I'm just going to show you my dad's 1965 Buick Electra 225. This car my dad actually purchased from a friend about a year ago. I'm only doing the video now because the weather has just become bearable. Also, he may be trading this car for a Barracuda in the near future. So let's go ahead and take a look. This is actually a survivor car. This came from, I'll show you this in a second, Cushman's in Las Vegas. This car has about 75,000 original miles and has never been touched. It's original paint, original engine, transmission, pretty much everything inside this is original except for the radio. You see there, Electra 225. Let's see if I can get the engine open. Unfortunately, has this lock, but it is a Buick big block in there. I believe it's a 440. As you can see, still got a really nice vinyl top. No scratches or marks or anything on there. Again, all original. That's never been replaced. Now here's a funny story. As you can see, got the white wall there. This tire is actually the spare. Well, we were heading out to the Genro's car show yesterday with this. Got about 2 miles from the house, and all of a sudden we heard a big bang. Well, unfortunately we had a blowout. And I can show you the tire, what the tire looks like. Bear with me 1 second. There you go. We were lucky enough that it was still holding air so we can make it home. But as you can see, the dry rot had totally peeled back the rubber in this section. And it's a real shame because these tires still had quite a bit of tread on them. This car had been sitting for a while. An older lady had owned it, and I guess she had had it probably in a damp area. And then it would go like wet and dry, wet and dry. And unfortunately, this is what happens under those conditions. And while I'm in here, I'll show you the trunk. The trunk could definitely use a new pad, which is not a big deal. Underneath, it is totally solid. There is no rust on this car whatsoever. I'll go ahead and show you guys the interior. In my opinion, one of the nicest dashes of the time. There's your speedometer cluster, gas gauge, gear selection, clock, which is basically the only thing that does not work in here, unfortunately. You got your temp, oil, and amperage. Radio's up here. Like I said, this radio has been replaced. This is just a modern CD player. This has a lot of nice features. This has power antenna, and it also has factory AC. And yes, it does work. Down here is your cigarette lighter and ashtray. Up here we have wipers, lights, and that's just for some extra vent. And you even have a little map light right there. Panning around here, we have power windows, but the crank is just for the little wind wing right there. So it's got power windows, and it even has power seats, can believe it or not. So this one was fully loaded. Pretty spacious back seat. Try to pan you guys around here. Alright, and there you go. We'll go ahead and shut the door. And let's start her up. Key goes right here. And I already had it running, so it should just start right up. And that was it. Go ahead and shut the AC off. We do not need that today. One nice feature about this, see that little thing that says cold? Well, it warns you that you might not want to put it in gear and go right now. These older cars really need it to be up to temperature to run properly, or they might stall. As soon as it gets up a little bit, that green light should go out, and then we're ready to go. Another cool feature about this car is this right here. What this does is, let's say you're in different areas, your speed limit might be 55 miles an hour or 60 miles an hour. Here it happens to be 60. So what you do is you use this little lever here and you set it to 60. And when you're driving on the highway, as soon as you start hitting 60, there's actually a buzzer that warns you that that you're at that. Well, actually, as soon as you pass 60, the buzzer comes on and warns you that you're speeding. So I thought it was kind of innovative for the time. Remember, this is a 1965, and the power windows do work. A little sluggish today, but that's understandable. It is cold. Not going to put them all the way down. Manual, I believe this is a manual mirror. Yeah, manual adjusting mirrors. Headliner's in pretty good shape. We got the glove box right here. Pretty spacious. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'll give a couple little revs here. And we'll go ahead and shut it off. Alright, and that was a video of the 1965 Buick Electra 225. Have a good day, everybody, and stay tuned for more to come very soon.